Good morning students, welcome back to computer science class. Today here I am going to explain you about arrays. Okay, what are the arrays? What is the use of the array? How to declare, how to initialize in C programming, that we'll discuss today. Okay, so before going into an array, first let me explain what is the difference between a variable and array. Okay, what is an array? After explaining a variable, I will explain an array. See, first we'll discuss about a variable. Here I have given one variable like this. Int a equals to 10. First I will declare int a. So when you declare int a, then internally in the memory you will get a block. What is the name of the block? A. Example. Next I have initialized this a. A equals to 10. Now what is the value of a here? A is stored in, 10 is stored in a. Okay. So this is called as a, here it is called as a declaration of variable, and it is called as a initialization. Okay. So when you initialize, a value is assigned to a variable and that value is stored in the memory. Okay. Here a is called as a variable. And variables are storage units which are used to store the value. So whenever you declare a variable, one block of memory is allocated to that variable. And what is the name of that variable? A. That block name is A, and whatever value you assign to that variable, that is stored in that variable. Okay. And this variable here I have given 2 bytes of memory. Example. Okay, this is general process when you declare a variable and when you initialize a variable. Okay, so example here, one more example I will give. One student is there. Student. The data type is a integer only. Student is there. Okay, so I want to store 5 subject marks of student in one place only. Okay. What I want to do, I want to store 5 subject marks of that student contiguously. Means in between, I don't want to give any space. Contiguous memory I want to allocate. I want to give to that variable. Is it possible using a variable? No, it is not possible. Okay. So actually whenever you declare a variable, wherever a free space is there in the memory, that space is allocated to that variables. Okay, but it is not compulsory that all the variables should be in a single location and all the variables should be in a different locations. We don't know internal process. But what is my condition? Whenever I want to store the value of the student, all the marks, all the subject marks of that student should be in one place only. Okay, so what happened actually? I want continuous blocks. Here one block is there. Like that, I want continuous blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This continuous blocks I want to store. I want to give to a variable, the student. And each and every block should identify with the same student. Okay. What is my condition here? For one student, I want to give a contiguous block. And whatever values are there, whatever internal blocks are there, that blocks, each and every block should identify with the same name only. It is not possible by using a variable. Why? Because if you create, according to C programming rules, if you create a duplicate variable, it will throw the error. Okay, I don't want to create a duplicate variable, but I want to store 5 subject marks of the student in one place with one name only. Okay. It is possible by using arrays. Okay, how it is possible? Here I will tell you. Int a is the name of the variable. So when you declare using an array, if you declare a variable, immediately you should give the size like this. This is called as a subscript. Okay, then what happened when you declare a variable like this? It is called as an array. And immediately in the memory, 10 blocks of memory is allocated to that variable. Okay, so like this. 5 blocks of memory is allocated to that one. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. Each and every block is identified with the same name only. Okay, but as according to the C programming rules, what happened if more than one variable is the same name, it will give an error. So for that purpose, here what I am doing is I am taking this subscript like this. And here I am giving 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this block is identified with A of 0. This block is identified with A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. Okay, here whatever name you are giving, that name is same. But whatever subscript value you are giving, this one, that index value you are giving, this is called as a subscript and this is called as the index. Whatever index value you are giving, that index value is changing. So here this block is example. I want to print the value of this block. Example 10 is there. Then printf %d A0. It will print only this block value. Okay. For this I will give you one real-time example. What is the difference between independent house and apartment? Independent house and apartment, house number is same. Yes, house number is same. But apartment with the house number, flat numbers are added. Yes or no? Here also, house number is same. Flat numbers are added. Okay, means the whole apartment is identified with the same house number. Okay, and whereas independent house, only one family and one house number. Okay, that is a variable. But when you come to apartment, here the house number is same, but many families are there. So for each and every family, we are giving many flats are there actually. Many flats are there, and each and every flat is identified with the flat number. Similarly, here the name is same, it's like apartment. These are called as a flat numbers. Okay, when you want to give a same house number to many families, many flats, then we'll it is nothing but it is apartment only. So here also, if you want to store multiple values with the same name in a C programming, then we'll take the help of an array. An array, how many blocks, contiguous blocks you want? Okay, that much size you have to give. I want 5 contiguous blocks. So I am giving 5. So what happened? Internally you will get 5 blocks. Okay, it is like a variable only. Example, if you are declaring a 5 variable, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, example. For this 5 variables, 10 bytes of memory is allocated. Similarly, if you are declaring an array with the size of 5, each and every block is considered as one variable. And the same memory is allocated to that variable, means 5 to the 10 bytes of memory is given to this array. Memory point of view, there is no difference if you declare an array with the 5 elements and if you declare 5 variables. But the thing is here, each and every block is identified with the same name. Okay, same name, but whatever index is there, that index is changed. That is the difference. Okay, so in case of variable, it is only the single variable and it holds only one value. But in case of an array, the name of the variable is same, but it is holding more than one value. More than one value means like 5 values, it is holding. So that is the difference between variable and an array. In Viva, they may ask you like this. What is the difference between variable and an array? Variable and array both are used to store the value only. But variable is used to hold only one value. It can store only one value. An array can store multiple values of same data type. Means if you have declared any array as an integer, you should store only integer. If you have declared any array as a float, you can store only float value. You are not supposed to mix the data type. Okay. Now come to the definition of an array. Array is like a variable only. Okay. Array is like a variable only. Okay, array is like a variable only, but it will come under the derived data type. Already I have explained different data types. Okay, primary, derived, user defined data type, like that. Under derived data types, array will come. Okay, so array is like a variable, but it is used to hold more than one value. It is used to hold more than one value of same data type. Okay, what is an array? Array is like a variable only. It is used to store more than one value of same data type. Okay, homogeneous values. And whatever values are there, that values are stored contiguously. Continuous means there is no gap between first element, second element and third element. That is an array. Okay, what is an array? Array is like a variable only. It is used to store more than one value of same data type. And whatever values are there, that values are stored contiguously in a single block, in a single memory block. Okay, now 100% you can expect this question, and you can expect this question in essay only. Clear? Now, syntax for declaration. How to declare an array? Okay. First, let me explain the different types of arrays. Then I will explain each and every array in the type in detail. Arrays are of three types. One dimension, two dimension, and it is a multi-dimension. Okay, three types. How many types of arrays we have? Three types: one dimension, two dimension, and multi-dimension. Now we'll discuss about each and every type. Right? Take screenshot of this. In exam you have to explain this. Each and every category you have to explain. If it is an essay question, maximum they will ask you this question for 20 marks. Okay. Each and every category you have to explain. Now we'll discuss about one dimension. One dimension. It is also called as a 1D. Okay. So, one dimension array means only one subscript. Okay, only one subscript, it is called as a one dimension array. So, like this. Come to a syntax. Data type. Array name. Subscript. Size. This is the one dimension array. Okay. Here you have only one subscript. So that is why it is called as a one dimensional array. Right? I will give you an example here. Int A5 example. Here we have only one subscript. But how many values we are storing? 5 values. Okay. And it is nothing but it is used to display elements horizontally. Okay. So like this. A block is allocated. And how many elements you have? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the name of the array? A. So here, array indexer starts from a 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is starting from a 0, so the last element will be length minus 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So it is starting from a 1, the last element will be 5. But it is starting from a 0, so the last element is 4. So now, this is a declaration, how to declare. This is for a declaration. And example, if you are initializing, then how will you initialize? Initialization means what? Assigning value to a variable is called as an initialization. Here there are two methods for initializing a value. First we will write the syntax. Data type. No need to give a data type. Already I have given array now. Array name. subscript index equals to value. This is a syntax for an initialization. Example. Int. What is the name of the array? A. I want to store 10 in the first place. So what is the index number here? 0. What is the first one? 0. Here I want to store 10. This is for an initialization. This is the first method. Means in the first method what we'll do is directly we'll give the index number and the value will be stored in that particular index. Okay, this is the first method. So you take screenshot of this. In the exam you have to explain each and everything here. What is the syntax for a declaration and what is the syntax for initialization. Okay, in initialization also you have two methods. One is directly you can initialize using the index number. And the second method. In the second method, method 2, here you see, I am giving, it is for initialization only. Int A5 is the size. Okay, so here what I am doing is, at a time, I want to initialize all the values. Then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like this, what happened? At a time, using a single step, you can assign values to all the blocks. Okay. So, and why we are saying that at a time you can assign the values to all the blocks is, here I am giving a size of the array is 5. And I am giving the 5 values. So according to the array, what happened? The blocks are contiguous. So whatever values are there, that will be stored contiguously. So you won't get any error for one variable in one block and the second variable is in the second block. And I am enclosing all these values in this flower brace. In the curly braces, I am enclosing. So it is nothing but it is a block. Okay, and it is ending with the semicolon like this. Int A equals to 10 will give the semicolon. Similarly, here 8A. But here how many values we are storing? 5 values we are storing. The size is of 5. Equals to, if it is a single value, directly will give the single value. No need of this curly braces. But if you have a group of values, then we'll use the curly braces. Here we have a 5 values. So that is why we are using a curly braces. Now, here, this is for A0, this is for A1. This is for A2, this is for A3 and this is for A4. This is the second method. Okay, in the first method actually what we are doing directly we are giving a block number and we are storing a value. In the second method what we are doing at a time we are storing all the values. Okay, this is about initialization. Now come to a printing. The accessing, it is called as accessing an array elements. After declaration, initialization and the third one is accessing. Accessing means we need to take the value from the location and we have to print on the output screen. That is called as accessing, using that array elements. How to use that array elements here is, again here also we have a method. First method, method 1. Directly I am giving like printf, I am printing a integer. If it is a float, you can give a float. Data type is Javish. If it is an integer, directly I am storing whole numbers. If it is a float, we will store like this 10.1 to 20.2, like that we will store. Okay. So here %d a of 2 example. So printf %d comma a of 2 means this 2 will be printed. Okay, understood? A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. This will be printed. Directly we are giving a block name with the index number so that the element is printed from that block only. Clear? This is the first method. But at a time, if you want to print all the values, Then we'll follow the second method. Method 2. Actually here what I am doing is I am using a loop. For loop, while loop, that type of loops already I have explained. The value is incremented by 1. Okay. So I am using a for loop. For I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus plus, I plus plus. Here this I indicates the index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can increment the loop. So here printf, it is a block, printf %d a of I. So how it will be executed? First we'll see how it will be executed. First I equals to 0, condition is true. 0 is less than 5, condition is true. Then we'll come to the body of the loop. If the condition is true, what happened? It is entry controlled loop. If the condition is true, what happened? The body of the loop will be executed. Body of the loop, what I have given? Printf %d, comma, a of I. Here what is the I value? 0. In a of 0, what you have? 10 is there. That 10 is printed. Next, I is incremented. What is the I value now? 1. 1 less than 5, condition is true. Then the body of the loop will be executed. The body of the loop here, in place of 0, what you will get? 1. A of 1, what is the value? 20. 20 is printed. Again, I is incremented by 1. What is I value now? 2. 2 less than 5, condition is true. Then the body of the loop, A of 2. In A of 2, what you have? 30. It is printed. Again, I is incremented. Now, what is I value? 3. 3 less than 5, condition is true. Then A of 3 will be printed. Next, I is incremented. Now, what is the I value? 4. 4 less than 5, condition is true. A of 4 is printed. Again, I is incremented. A of 5. 5 less than 5, condition is false. The loop will be terminated. Means, you no need to write 5 or 6 printf statements if you use the second method. Because here I am using a loop to increment the index number. Because using a loops, automatically loop counter will be incremented. So here I am using a loop counter. This is called as a loop counter, that variable, to increment the index number. So immediately what happened after printing the first value, it will take the second value, third value, fourth value, fifth value, but the block is same. Okay. So this is about arrays. Arrays, one-dimensional array. And still you have a second two-dimensional array and a three-dimensional array. Okay. So here I will give you one example program. Hash include stdio.h void main int a5 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the initialization, declaration and initialization at a time. For I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus for a printing. Printf %d a of I. That's it. At a time, 5 values will be printed. But here one more method is there. Here directly you are giving a value. If you want to take value from the user, again the scanf method you have to use. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next class. Here what is an array? Array is nothing but, it is like a variable only, but it is used to store more than one value of same data type. But how many value you are going to store in that block? At the beginning only you should give the size. After you want to modify, it is not possible. At the beginning only how many values you want to store. At that time only, at the time of declaration of an array only, you should give. That is the condition. Okay, and this is a method how to take value from a user, how to assign a value to an array, and how to print that values on the output screen. Okay, so this is about one-dimensional array. In the next class, we will discuss about two-dimensional. Thank you.